Good evening, everybody, and welcome to historic Crocker Field here in Fitchburg, where tonight the Raiders of Fitchburg High School will take on the Rangers of Westborough High School. I'm John Gugerty, joined as always by Dave Clark and Mike Flynn. And Mike, this is a very important game for the Raiders as they look to make a playoff push.
Yeah, everybody at top four teams in Division 4 are all tied at 5-2. Tantascwa played this afternoon, who is the 2 seed currently. They won, or were winning 21-7 in the fourth quarter. So Fitchburg controls their own fate. A win tonight, they believe they're the #1 seed in Division 4 and host a playoff game here next week.
We'll have Dave Clark in a minute, but for right now, let's step aside for the national anthem. It's FHS football here on FATV. Fitchburg High School football here on FATV is brought to you in part by the help of our special football underwriters. We want to thank them. They include IC Federal Credit Union, found on 300 Bemis Road in Fitchburg, North End Subaru Mazda, 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg, Romano's Market at 138 Harvard Street here in Fitchburg, Grand Rental Station, 88 Massachusetts Ave in Lunenburg, the Neshoba Valley Medical Center, 200 Groton Road in Ayer, Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston, and of course Fitchburg State University, headquartered at 160 Pearl Street here in Fitchburg. Dave, it is the first really chilly night of the season here at Crocker Field. Everybody's all bundled up.
Yeah, but not bad, though. I mean, this morning, it was, I began to wonder, are we going to have a game tonight or not? But the wind has calmed down.
For the most part. For the most part.
If I look at the flag, it looks pretty quiet over there. So.
Pretty quiet now. There were some pretty heavy gusts when we were setting up our cameras and microphones, and everything out there is weighted down, and everything that can't be weighted down is hidden. So hopefully we'll be okay. Matt Murdoch is down there on the field for us. We have sandbags strapped to each of his legs, so he's not going anywhere.
Oh, there they are, coming out now. Another interesting thing, though, about tonight, it is going to be interesting because this Fitchburg team is coming on a little bit here. And, got a little physical last week, but it should be an interesting game today and heading into playoffs. Playoffs?
It looks
I can't do it, Mara.
You can't do the playoffs.
That's better.
That's better.
Yeah, big win last week. Late field goal by Justin Commonsera, a 36-yarder to beat Neshoba down in Bolton to put them in the first place currently in Division 4. And yeah, they had 15 penalties, I guess, last week. So again, a little undisciplined, but came out of there with a win.
Penalties have been a recurring issue for the Raiders this season, even getting back to the very first game here on FATV.
And the rumors are going around that these two teams don't like each other. I mean, they don't play very often, but apparently.
Let's be honest, they're teenage boys. They don't like anyone.
Carry over from last year's tilt.
I've seen some in that division, and I can remember was Coach Ellis was the head coach there when we went there, and Joe Mawhinney.
Yep.
What was that?
Jan Gibo.
Oh, Jan Gibo.
Yep.
I knew it. I missed Jan Gibo. Kind of bringing back some good memories. Of course, we had the big snowstorm years ago. You remember that? And they tried to do the field. And
Yeah, we drove down there, and the snow had stopped, but it didn't stop till like mid-morning on a Saturday because Westborough doesn't have lights. And when we got there, they were trying to figure out how to get the snow off the field. They didn't want to plow it, so they brought in some snow blowers, and they were able to snow blow the snow away from between the hash marks. But as you got closer to the sidelines, there were snow piles. So it was an interesting ball game that afternoon.
But of course, everything has been afternoon because people in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they don't want lights.
They don't want lights. They don't want to play there. And the last couple of years, they've decided we'll play at night.
The Raiders have won the toss and deferred, so the Rangers of Westborough will receive the ball to begin the first half. Guys, I noticed something very interesting as the captains went out for the coin toss. Luis Alderando is dressed to play football tonight. I was under the impression that he was out for the season.
I saw he was dressed because it's senior night, so they all.
It is senior night here at Crocker
Field. I thought
Field.
maybe he was just wearing his uniform because he wanted to dress for senior night. I'm not.
Do you wear a helmet and pads just for senior night?
For the pictures.
For the pictures? Okay.
I'm trying to look at his. He's not wearing a knee brace.
Well, the last time we saw these teams, you had a couple of guys who were going to go to the next level play, as you had mentioned.
Yeah, Westborough has a couple of guys apparently, and I did watch St. John's last week play Leominster on the rival broadcast, and St. John's got one guy going to Michigan, another guy going to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And that's just their wide receivers.
And like we said, a little bit of kicking won't be so bad for you. Not too often you have a good kicker on your team.
No,
Pittsburgh's got one.
Justin Comisano, to be perfectly honest, I think he could walk on and start for the Falcons if he wanted to, but he's still a high school student, so he plays for the Raiders. He'll be kicking off here. Raiders in their crimson and white. Westborough in the white jerseys with, looks like navy blue pants and red helmets. Comisano's kick is away, taken in, actually muffed. Excuse me, the ball's loose at about the 15-yard line. Finally picked up. Ashton Worstel on the return for the Rangers. Brought down at about the 15-yard line. Worstel had trouble bringing in this kick. Very nearly a huge break for the Raiders. Rangers did recover, so they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Looked like the ball sailed on the returner, hit him right. Looks like it hits him right in the face mask. And they are fortunate that they get the ball back.
And it was just a slipper pig from that area. Keith Jackson, reference of the evening.
1st and 10, Rangers at the 15-yard line. Handoff goes to the fullback, running to his right. That's Kevin McCarthy, the ball carrier. Gabriel Rivera, the tackle for the Raiders. It's a gain of about 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 6. McCarthy's a junior, goes 6 foot even, 175. Signal caller for Westborough is Luke Lentine. He's a senior. See him there, number 10. He'll take the snap on 2nd down and 7. Hand off to McCarthy going to the right again. Great blocking. He's got the 1st down. He's across the 25-yard line.
Nice little run on the right side and picked up the pretty tough little first down.
2 plays for the Rangers, 2 runs to the right. It picks up a 1st down.
Fitchburg's defense has been their strong point all season. And last week against Neshoba did not give up a 1st down in the second half.
Lentine directly behind the quarterback. Hands to number 42. That's Bruce Souza, the ball carrier. Souza's brought down close to the line of scrimmage. I think he lost a yard, Dave.
Looks it, and the coaching staff thought that there might have been a hold there or something, but no flag.
No place to go for Souza.
So it's McCarthy and Souza in the backfield. Luke Lentine again is the quarterback for the Rangers of Westborough. 2 seniors and a junior. Now 2nd down and 10. Handoff goes to McCarthy, the fullback, straight up the middle. Big hole for him. He's got another 1st down. Latrell Body and D. Jones bring him down, but not before he gains about 15, 16 yards and moves the chains.
We did get told that it's Latrell Bodie.
Bodie. My apologies.
As in Cheyenne Bodie, if you're an old Western fan, if you want to go back that far.
As we know you do. That and the rifleman.
First down handoff with team. Hands to Souza. Dancing through tackles. He's into Raider territory, close to a first down, and they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, they are. Apparently, they whistled the play dead. But apparently on the... Looked like they whistled them a little bit. Did he pick up 10?
Yep, nice cut, nice cut up inside. Dragged the would-be Fitchburg tackler, and 3 or 4 of the Fitchburg guys just standing around looking at that play.
Handoff, first carry of the night for Ashton Worstel.
Boy, they're moving right down the field here.
And they're doing it all from this old school formation. I remember back in like Madden 94 on the Genesis, this was the near. Worstel comes from the backfield, checks up, just cuts up field.
He went like he went and put a knee down.
Now second down and about 6. McCarthy and Souza in the backfield. It's McCarthy into the second level. Man slips down. McCarthy is going to go in untouched.
Ooh,
touchdown Rangers. Westborough just absolutely imposing their will on what has been a stout Raider defense, Mike.
It made it look, as we talked about, awful easy. Just a quick inside handoff. And Kevin McCarthy's off to the races down the far sideline. And as you mentioned during the play-by-play, untouched.
Gabriel Rivera was the only guy who had a shot at him. Unfortunately, Rivera slipped. Now Cam Erickson is on to attempt the extra point. High snap, but it's down. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. So we're just a tick over 3 minutes into this one. And if you're just joining us, the Rangers already have the lead, 7-0 over the Raiders.
Is it kind of weird? I mean, they came here a little bit late this afternoon for the game.
Well, good old Friday afternoon traffic.
Yeah,
coming
I mean,
495 and 2.
Does that?
It's a blast.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's almost like they're getting penalized for sitting around and having to wait. You shouldn't have to wait.
Well, the game started on time. They just.
It did. I guess but they were anxious to get going. I don't know.
It's a 7-play, 85-yard drive for the Rangers. Our good friend Daniel Bolak is running graphics for us tonight. Thanks to Dan for that.
But as I remember, they always have a problem. Fitchburg does. Always has a problem against this group. Did you notice that in the past?
They came out flat so far tonight because that series by Westborough made it look really easy. And really,
yeah.
They kind of backfired. They won the toss, decided we're going to send our defense out, and that didn't work.
Now Erickson will kick it away to the Raiders, who will get their chance to respond. Kick bounces at the 10 and is picked up. Latrell Bodie on the return. Whoa. He gets some blocks. He's across the 40, still on his feet, and finally driven down. Mark him down at the 42-yard line. Jacob Baer, the tackle for the Rangers. So good field position for the Raiders, Mike. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Yep, see if they can take advantage of it. This is the side of the ball that has struggled at times during the early part of the year.
Montgomery Graham is the quarterback, and he leads the Red Raiders out, trailing. Just underway.
Fitchburg comes out in that 3-man I formation. We saw a little bit of that from them last week. Devin Barasano, the fullback, gets the carry there. Guys, I did a little bit of research in the time between games. That 3-man I formation is known as a stack I or sometimes a Maryland I.
go with stacked.
Sure.
I'll take a snap.
There's nothing, everything wrong that's stacked. All right?
I went to the two greatest repositories of information on the internet, Wikipedia and Reddit, and those are what they came up with for me. So the stack I formation is what the Raiders come out in, 2nd down and 9. Handoff goes to Okendo, the tailback, and he gets absolutely nothing. Ryan McIntyre was there to bring him down. Anthony Okendo only played basically 1 quarter last week and was absolutely dominant. So far tonight, 1 carry, no yards.
Yeah, 2 white shirts in the backfield. Did get a couple of yards, but will bring up a 3rd and long, not Fitchburg's forte.
Raiders have had trouble when they've had to go to the air.
And that's pretty much gone for the whole year. I mean, nothing changed about that too much.
The Raider huddle isn't quite sure about the play call. They're also waiting for personnel. Jorge Gaitan sprinting onto the field. Fitchburg's already taken some time off the clock here. They might have to burn a timeout.
Got about 5 seconds to get this off.
Graham from the shotgun, pumps, looks to his right. Now he's going to run with it. Slips out of 1 tackle, close to midfield, stretches forward. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. He needed the Westborough 48, and he's brought down right at midfield. And Montgomery Graham hobbles to the sideline.
Yep, comes up a little gimp.
Saw that once earlier this season. Graham had to leave a game with an injury. I think that was the 6-0 game, right?
Kind of stretched at that end and comes off in some obvious discomfort. Fitchburg electing not to roll the dice here early in the ball game at midfield, 4th and 2.
Second play in a row, the Raiders only had 10 guys on the field. Gabriel Rivera hurries out. Good kick. Bounces at about the 16-yard line. It's going to roll dead at the 11. We've seen Jovan Falcon doing a lot of punting for the Raiders, but that was actually Justin Kalmasana, the place kicker and kickoff artist, now handling the punting as well. His first one tonight is a good one, down to just outside the 10.
Good low stinger if you're playing golf. Got a nice little bounce at the end of it.
1st and 10 Rangers at their own 12-yard line. Luke Lentine, the senior quarterback, takes over. He's got Kevin McCarthy right behind him. This, however, comes on a reverse. This is Ashton Moore, still the ball carrier, tries to turn the corner. Kind of does. He gets around the 20. Mark him out of bounds at about the 21. It's a gain of 9. It's a good run, Dave.
Nice. Got over there rather quickly, though, to kind of stretch out the play. Here it is coming to you. Kind of turns it up a little bit, and down he goes.
Actually got more than it looked like. He got 9.
Oh.
Bodie and Rivera on the tackle for the Raiders. Westborough loves this formation. They lets them do a lot of duplicitous tactics. Now McCarthy on the carry again. Great blocking. Mike, this offensive line for Westborough has been really impressive here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, in the most part, we've seen Fitchburg's defensive line control the line of scrimmage in most of the games we've done. But so far tonight, there have been some big holes for the Westborough running backs to run through. Fitchburg's going to have to make some adjustments soon here.
One thing I noticed there was they had the center and the right guard both blocking Liam Spencer, the nose tackle for the Raiders. 1st and 10 Rangers. Handoff goes to the right side. Souza only gains about a yard. Giovanni Marone on the tackle.
Marone once again on the tackle. Souza on the carry.
All right, so I know it's Latrell Bodie. Is it Giovanni Marone or Marone?
All I got was the Bodie.
This time the Rangers try to probe that outside. Couldn't get anything. It'll be 2nd down and 9. We've yet to see a pass from Luke Lentine. And we won't hear McCarthy the carry. He's speared down after about 5. It'll be 3rd and about 4 coming up for Westborough.
Westborough also chewing up a lot of clock here in the 1st quarter, and they're going against the wind here in quarter number 1.
Has picked up a fair bit. The flag out there is pretty much straight out.
Started right on the buzzer there, nice and comfortable, and now it's a little, what are we crying about? We're in the beautiful press box.
No wind,
Oh yeah, we're fine.
No breeze in here.
Stop.
Play
whining.
action fake. Souza takes it coming from the end. Cuts up field. He's very close. I think he's a little bit short of the line.
That was Bruce Souza.
Down marker indicates fourth.
Yeah.
It's a pretty favorable spot here on the reach at the end.
And looks like we're going to check with the
No, actually, that's a
chains
pretty
here.
good spot there.
I think they're going to bring in the chains. It looks short.
I think he's going to be a little bit short.
It's not that far to go
No,
with
it's
the
just-
chains. It's about 3 feet.
It's a fourth down.
And it is, in fact, fourth down.
About the length of a football. We'll see what Coach Dave Tingloff
So the ball is short.
wants to do here in fourth down. Well,
I mean,
if they've scouted Fitchburg all year, I would line up just with a hard count because they've jumped offside so many times in this season that the worst I would do is get a delay of game here.
Yeah. And honestly, it's fourth in the nose of the football. You can just run a quarterback sneak, too.
I would go up with the hard count first and see if we can get Fitchburg to jump.
So fourth and less than a yard. They do go quarterback sneak, and he's got it with ease.
And there is a flag.
Might have jumped a little early, though.
Flag on the play.
I thought he did jump a little bit early.
Yeah, it's on Westborough.
So a false start against the Rangers takes away the fourth down conversion.
Let's take a look. Yep, the
center
center actually moved before he snapped the ball.
Yeah, he kind of double clutched it a little bit. That'll back him up 5 yards. You see right there immediately, Dylan Arujo was calling for the penalty. He got it. Now fourth down and 5.5. The Rangers will kick it away. Almost bounced as he tried to get rid of it. Bounces at the 40, takes a bit of a Ranger roll, and it'll be marked down there.
Well, you saw the effect of the wind on that ball. That thing went up and like it hit a wall. It just stopped.
So the false start, Dave, proves to be a drive killer for the Rangers. Instead of converting on fourth down, they wind up kicking it away.
You know, Fitchburg High School is going to be handling his Hall of Fame notice that's coming up this weekend. And they had a little bit of a set ready for it. Mention it a little bit later on after these couple of plays.
Montgomery Graham back out there at quarterback for the Raiders from the shotgun. Anthony Okendo, the ball carrier, gets absolutely nothing there. Keith Jonason with the tackle for the Rangers.
Nothing there. Again, defensive penetration, and Okendo has nowhere to go when he gets to the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of about a yard, make it second down and 11. The Raiders, Mike, really can't afford to be going backwards in the early downs. These long yardage to gains have been death for them all season.
Now they got to find some way to loosen up that Westborough defense. You know, give the illusion of a pass anyway, or throw one deep just to loosen them up a bit.
Safeties are almost right up on the line. This time Graham fakes the pitch. He'll keep it himself. Cut to the outside. It's across the 40, down at about the 41. Give him 7 yards. It'll be a more manageable third down, maybe 4 to go. Call it 5.
Misdirection, fake toss to one side, and he boots it out the other way.
If you're not going to throw the ball downfield, you have to get a little bit creative with your running game. That's what the Raiders elected to do on that second down play. I think you got to take a shot at some point. Just throw it up there. Loosen them up a little bit. The deepest defender for the Rangers is 10 yards ahead of the ball right now.
They basically got 10 men up in the box, and got a safety up in the middle of the field, as you said, but he's not even.
No, now he's like 6 yards away from the play.
Well, the middle linebacker, then he's a free safety.
Graham from the shotgun. That pass is tipped and it falls incomplete. Was batted at the line, intended for Donovan DeLeon. So the Raiders do try to throw, but they try a short pass. Great job getting up there. Yeah, great job getting up there to deflect that one. I think it was Ben Frogel who got his hand on it.
Comasana will do the punting again here.
No pressure.
Comasana kicking with the wind and taking full advantage of it. Ball bounces at the 20 and is going to take a Raider roll before being picked up at the 12-yard line. So the field position game is kind of a draw right now. Unfortunately, Westborough had that touchdown on their first drive. And as we approach the end of the first quarter, they continue to lead this one 7-0.
Fitchburg's made them start all 3 times inside their 20-yard line, but haven't been able to take advantage of it. As Westborough has been able to move the ball. As you mentioned, the touchdown on their first drive, got a couple of first downs the last time before they had to punt it away.
The Rangers have not had good field possession tonight. Their average start is about the 13-yard line. They start this one at the 12. Quarterback keeper trying to get something to the right side. He gets absolutely nothing. Gets a trip on the whirlybird for his troubles. Luke Lentine couldn't get anything there. Jesus Padilla brought him down.
Jesus Padilla making the stop on 19.
You ever go on the Scrambler at Whalen Park, Dave?
Oh, many a time.
All the time.
Many a time.
Luke Lentine just got a ride on the Scrambler.
All spotted right around the 10-yard line.
I remember the first time I ever went to Whalen Park, I had 6 hot dogs and then I went on the Scrambler.
Not a good idea.
Bad idea. Bad idea. Lentine play action fake, wants to throw for the first time today. He's under pressure. He is going to get sacked. Dragged down from behind. Jesus Padilla gets to the quarterback for the second play in a row. And as we close out the first quarter, Mike, the Raider defense looks a little bit more like themselves.
Yeah, a little odd that they elected to go play action fake there deep in their own territory. Lentine gets flushed out and finally sacked for a loss of a couple of yards.
Here it is.
Yep, they're going to fake the sweep. Lentine comes out the other way looking downfield, nowhere to throw.
Running for dear life.
And it's finally flushed out and caught from behind by Jesus Padilla for the sack.
Just a fantastic shot. Again, that's Matt Murdoka on our end zone camera there. You can see the score is 7-0 Rangers at the end of the first quarter. We want to thank our special football underwriters who help bring this and every contest here on FATV to you. They include Romano's Market at 138 Harvard Street here in Fitchburg, the Neshoba Valley Medical Center, 200 Groton Road in Air, Fitchburg State University, headquartered 160 Pearl Street in Fitchburg, Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston, North End Subaru Mazda at 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg, IC Federal Credit Union, 300 Bemis Road here in Fitchburg, and of course Grand Rental Station, 88 Mass Ave in Lunenburg. That was Matt Murdoka you saw just a minute ago. Guy running that end zone camera got the excellent shot of the sack on second down.
It got you out of your story of hurling on the scramble.
It did.
Was it like spin art?
It was not fun. It was not a good time.
I just hope there wasn't anybody in the seat with you, was it?
I didn't happen until after we left the park.
Oh, okay.
I had to make my dad stop and pull over at the side of the road.
I thought you did it right on the scramble.
No.
Even better.
No, it was only miserable for me.
Okay.
No, nobody else was harmed. 3rd down and 13 for the Rangers as we start the second quarter of action. This is a bit of a cluster at the line of scrimmage. Souza winds up the ball carrier. Dave, I don't think that play was as graceful as the Rangers intended it to be.
May look that when they take a look at films over the weekend, they still do that, don't they?
Yeah, a little collision there on the handoff.
I think he wanted to fake to McCarthy, but McCarthy forgot the play action part and just went into his run block.
I like the little
graphics.
Whoop. High snap, but it is brought down. Ed Silva gets the kick away. It's a short one. It will take a Ranger roll. It's going to be brought down at the 46-yard line of the Raiders.
That punt was almost blocked, and then we almost had a roughing the kicker. The punter for Westborough put on an Academy Award of performance down the other end, but didn't get the flag.
Raiders get pretty good field position for the second time. They started their first drive at the 42, and they start this one at the 46-yard line. So they look to make this a tie ball game.
Cross town to Bernardian Bowl. The Bernardians lead 21-0.
Over.
Sutton.
Barisano gets the carry on first down. Coming from his fullback position, he gains about 3 yards. Haven't seen the Raiders go shotgun on early downs that too many times early in the season, but they've done it a couple of times already here.
Pretty much like all their games they have had. Low scoring to begin with.
There were a couple that opened up later. Now second down. Barisano the carry again. Just plunges into the line. Keith Jonasant makes the tackle.
On the tackle, Barisano on the carry.
Gain of, let's call it 2. It'll be now third down and 5 for Fitchburg.
But Raiders still looking for their first down.
Wow.
Been in third and long all 3 series.
And as you can see there, the Raiders are 0 of 2 on third down. They look for their first conversion of the day here. They need the 44-yard line. They're at the 49. Barisano gets the carry again. He lunges forward. It's going to
close.
Oh, depends on the spot.
I think he's a little bit short. We've got a great look at it. Our cameras are lined up pretty much right on that left side 45-yard line.
It's about a half a yard short.
Yeah, he's short.
But this time I think Fitchburg, first they're going to ask for a measurement, but I think they'll roll the dice.
I don't know. Now he kind of lunged a little bit.
Yeah, but they only gave him the spot where the ball originally hit.
I can't believe they're even measuring this one.
Yeah, it's a good half yard short.
He's a 1.5 feet short, yeah. Okay, he's a foot short.
Yeah.
It's still fourth down.
It's an optical illusion.
Well, we saw Westborough try a quarterback sneak, and it would have been successful but for their false start penalty. I got to think that's the call here, isn't it? You line up under center, you snap the ball, you lunge forward, you get 3 feet, and you move on with your life. Let's not overcomplicate things. Raiders will come out in their stacked eye formation. Graham keeps it himself, gets a shove from his nose tackle of a fullback. The Rangers are saying they marked him short, and I think the spot agrees with them.
Yep.
Graham on the keeper.
Wait, see where they put the ball down. Didn't make it.
They're not even going to measure. The Ranger defense holds. Montgomery Graham needed a foot. He got maybe an inch.
You can see the center gets smashed right back into right back into the quarterback.
Yeah, they pushed him right back. Did not make forward progress.
Well, Westborough remembers what they ran on their 4th and 1 just as well as we do. Their defense was ready for it. Now the Ranger offense with the lead and the ball. Hands to Kevin McCarthy on first down. He spins out of a couple tackles and is brought down at about the 48. Peter Rivera, the tackle for the Raiders.
The Westborough coaches is out on the field. I can't believe they didn't throw a flag on him. He's looking for a flag on one of the Fitchburg players as one of the helmets came ripping off of one of the Westborough players. But one of their coaches was out to the hash marks arguing.
Take a look at it here, see if we can spot what has him so frustrated.
Referees look.
There's the helmet coming. The helmet come flying off.
After the play, Adrian Martinez was involved with a Ranger player. Now we go back to live action here. This is Worstel, the ball carrier. Ashton Worstel is forced out of bounds. credit for the hit to Gabriel Rivera. Worstel picked up about 5. Saw the play fake to the fullback and then Worstel the tailback. This formation allows the Rangers to do a lot of different things. Still haven't even thrown a pass. Hand off McCarthy straight up the middle. He's got the first down easily. Finally dragged down at the Raider 41. Stop the clock, move the chains. 7:44 to play here in the first half, not first quarter. Westborough is into Raider territory with a fresh set of downs.
41 on Fitchburg is where the ball is spotted.
McCarthy's been the go-to guy when they needed that tough yard. He gets the first down.
McCarthy also had the touchdown run on the first drive for the Rangers. Now Worstel goes in motion. He'll take it on the jet sweep. Tries to cut up field, reverses direction. Spins forward and is finally brought down. Throw a dart at your scorecard. Let's say Avery Perry and Peter Rivera made the tackle for the Raiders.
And Rivera in on the tackle that time for the Red Raiders.
Or a host of Red Raiders are in on the tackle.
Gain of maybe a yard or 2 on the play. It's going to be second
It's
and 8.
officially a gain of 2 for Worstel.
That qualifies as a host.
Yeah. I think
Greater than 3 is a host.
so 4 or more is a host.
Check that on Wikipedia.
I got
It's
it.
right next to stacked.
Now the play fake to Worstel. Lentine will throw, passes high, and it is incomplete. Was intended for Declan Van Nest.
Ball was intended for Declan Van Nest. Ball's incomplete.
This time Lentine has some time to throw.
Yep. Step and throw.
This pass was high and behind his intended receiver.
Van Nest got a hand on it, but he had to leap up just to do that. Would have been a tough pickup. You can see there the Rangers 1 of 3 on 3rd down. Picked up one earlier on the drive. Play action, Lentine rolls to his right. Plenty of time,
screen.
throws his back across his body. Incomplete.
It's kind of hung up there for a while.
Yeah, that ball was interesting.
Gabriel Rivera tried to jump the route, totally mistimed it. He left Ashton Worstel wide open with nothing but grass between him and the end zone. And, well, take a look at what happened.
That little throwback. Rivera, I think, says, hey, I got 6 right here if I jump this right. And as you said, he mistimed it. And then Worstel hit him right in the midst. And he dropped it.
Maybe Rivera flashing across him, separating his eyesight from the ball just for a moment, threw off Worstel's timing. He was unprepared for that ball when it hit him. Now another low snap picked up and booted away. This is a really good kick. Close to the goal line, and it's going to be spotted inside the 1. That is a fantastic kick.
Well, they're going to say that Fitchburg touched the ball.
Wow.
Fitchburg touched the ball, and it is Westborough's ball at the 1-yard line. My goodness. Let's take a look at this one again. Bounces right there.
Oof.
Goes pretty clearly through the legs.
Usually you can tell the spin of the ball changes if it hits you. And
Maybe it hits his right ankle there.
Too close to call for me.
Maybe. The guys on the field have the best look at it. It's Ranger ball, 1st and goal inside the 1. McCarthy is swallowed up. An absolutely huge call.
I'm going to go with the official because the receiver never argued. Usually you could tell.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he did not.
They didn't dive for the ball though. They
Yeah,
all
well,
just
that's what
kinda,
happens when you get down there and you're not, if you're not going to catch it on the fly, get the heck out of there, especially inside your 10.
Now 2nd and goal, Rangers from the 1-yard line. Worstel goes in motion. He'll get the carry. He'll turn it upfield and dive. He is in. Touchdown, Westborough. 2 plays, 1 yard.
Puts the Rangers up 13.
A mistake by the Raiders gifts the Rangers their second touchdown of the game.
5:37 left.
Well, we are officially now in the holiday season, so that comes with a big bow on it, because that was a huge mistake to give them a 1st and goal at the 1.
Oh, are you one of those people who's like, well, Halloween's over, time for Christmas?
Hey, there was Christmas music on Sirius XM today. It's the holiday
There's
season.
Christmas music on in August.
That's all right. I happen to like Christmas. It's the holiday season.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, very interesting. Yeah, very emotional.
Erickson's extra point is up and good.
Erickson's point is through the uprights, and that makes it
Dave, that is just a killer for the Raiders.
You know, it used to be. Did they used to be Worcester? No, Westborough Academy.
No, that's a different school.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't quite sure.
You remember Westford? You remember Westford? They had the beautiful press box with all the hay. With all the hay.
And the
in it?
hay.
Yep.
They had a hay.
Where they store all the animals during the off season.
Yeah. We're in there with the hay. That was it. Unbelievable.
So you were basically calling games from a stable.
Pretty much, yeah. It's the Christmas season.
I would
it was a
take
major.
I could give you the top 5, but I'd have to lean on Flinney because I can't. Oh, that was number 1.
Fitchburg State between the
The
trees.
all-time worst press boxes.
Yeah, all time.
Fitchburg stayed up between the trees.
Yep.
Bedford, which was up on these tall telephone poles
St.
that you
Bernard's.
had to go up on a ladder.
I will nominate St. Bernard's.
And I am not going up a ladder. So I told Dave when we got there, I said, and I'm not going to use all the colorful adjectives I used. But
Family showman.
I said I am not going up into that press box for $25.
And he didn't. Not go. I went up there.
He went down. He went up there, plugged us in, and we dropped
Sure.
the line down. We did it from the seats.
Coach Sully was there.
Actually, St. Bernard's isn't bad, except it's a little cramped.
Yeah.
Very cramped. It's also very high up some
Yeah,
very
it's
bad
a long way.
steps.
It's a long way away.
It's the same situation in Lowell.
Here's your kickoff.
It's another good kick taken in at about the 7-yard line. Gets across the 25 and is spun down there. That's D. Jones, the return for the Raiders. And now, Mike, Raider offense comes back out onto the field. 5.5 minutes to play here in this first half.
They got their ahead of them. They're looking at right now because what do we say? 5:20, something like that.
Well, ideally, this is why you defer.
Gotta try something.
The Patriots do this all the time. You want to try to score at the end of the half and then come right back and get the ball.
That's correct.
Theoretically, 2 consecutive possessions. You could tie this game, but it's got to start here.
They got to find some offense first.
Duncan Poitras in the backfield next to Montgomery Graham. And Poitras will get the carry. Bounces out, tries to cut it upfield. It's across the 30, brought down about there. Bruce Souza, the tackle for the Rangers. Westborough only dresses about 15, 20 kids, so they have a lot of guys playing both ways. I'm barely kidding, but that is a very small Westborough roster, isn't it, guys?
Well, they're big into the other sports too, whether it be soccer. Aren't they big in soccer? That kind of thing. Red Raiders still down here. It's a long way to go, but they've got to get move on a little bit. That ain't gonna help much.
Second down carry goes to Poitras. He gets absolutely nothing. Mike, did you see what Brian Rivera was doing before that play?
I know, he was doing the loop-de-loop in the backfield. I know.
He came in motion.
It looked like he was doing the curly shuffle, I think, in the backfield.
Comes in motion here from the
Now
left
he's gonna
side.
loop all the way around. I don't know what that is. But
Doesn't look quite right.
Maybe they're setting up like a future like play action to Poitras, and then he goes on a wheel route or something. It looked to me like Rivera knew I go in motion, and then he had no idea what was next. 3rd down and 5. Graham rolls to his right, throws. It's a high throw, but it is brought down, incomplete. They're going to say he didn't get in bounds. Was intended for Donovan De Leon. He made the catch, but he couldn't get a foot in.
couldn't see an official, but I saw the Westborough coaching staff emphatically waving he was out.
Well, the Banana's not happy with it.
Nope.
We've got 4 minutes left. Plenty of time here.
Was the Fruit of the Loom guys or what?
Rolling out, tossing.
Passes a little high. He goes up and makes the catch. And he goes out of.
Guys,
Ooh.
that's a catch.
That looks like a catch to me.
Yeah, his left foot comes down in bounds. You only need one.
Yep.
It's a tough break for the Raiders. They've already had one of those.
We didn't have the greatest angle on that replay, but that certainly looked like he was well in bounds when he came down.
Get away from there.
Kamasana's kick will be picked up at the 39-yard line. I'm trying not to be the commentator who does this, but if we can get another look at that third down play, it would be really helpful to us. I thought, and Mike, you were with me on this, Donovan DeLeon made that catch, didn't he?
I thought that was me because I'm using the hash marks on the sidelines as a reference point, and it sure looked like, unless he's got size 13 feet, that he was in bounds.
Take a look at it one more time before Westborough's first play. Watch his left foot, right, maybe his toe is on the line, maybe. First down, Souza, the ball carrier for the Rangers. He's got blocking in front of him, into Raider territory, cuts upfield, lunges forward. Latrell Bodie may have saved a touchdown. Unfortunately, he's unable to prevent the first down. It's a gain of about 18 yards for Bruce Souza, and it's a Westborough first down.
Well, the Raiders can ill afford to give him another one. The positive note is they were down 15-0 to Shoba last week at the half and came back to win.
Already down 2 scores here. Now Kevin McCarthy gets the first down carry. The ball is loose, but it is fallen on by Westborough, and I believe the side judge is also saying McCarthy was down.
Down is the signal.
Westborough will retain possession. It's a gain of about 9 for McCarthy. Take a look at it again.
McCarthy's going to get launched in the air here at the end of the play. And that would have been an interesting call at Fitchburg come up with that ball.
I think the ground pretty clearly caused that one.
Fitchburg's 34.
McCarthy's already over 100 yards with just about 2.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
There's a big loss.
Worstel took it. I think the Rangers got a little too fancy for their own good on third down and 1. Or second down and 1, excuse me. It's a loss of 6.
All back to the 40-yard line.
I think they faked it to Anthony Vella, who hasn't had a carry all night.
Tried to reverse to Worstel, and
kind of pushed it out.
Jesus Padilla just shot right through and made the tackle for about a 7-yard loss.
Westborough just 1 out of 4 on third downs tonight. They need 7 yards here. Luke Lantine has yet to complete a pass. He rolls to his left and throws. And now he does have a completion. Ashton Worstel with the catch. That'll move the chains and give Westborough another first down.
He takes it out of bounds, stopping the clock and picking up the first down.
It's an interesting uniform.
Play in the half.
Well, they flush Lentine out. Tough throw, running to the left and throwing back to the right. But he delivers that one right on the numbers for the completion and the first down.
He had Santiago breathing down his neck, but he was able to get the throw off and picked up the first down. Handoff goes to the fullback up the middle. He meets a host of everybody. A host of Raiders, a host of Rangers, a host of radios.
That was McCarthy.
It's you guys, right? You host of radios.
Host of radios, yes.
Yeah.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Second down and
25-yard line.
a long 9, let's call it. Both teams still with all 3 timeouts as we duck under a minute and a half to play here in the first half.
They got to stop this right here, or things are going to be made difficult in the second half.
They get a good step toward it there. Westborough's coach is on the field as the play is going. Someone needs to remind Dave Tingloff to wait.
Padilla on the tackle of Worstel. Gains maybe.
Surprised. He hasn't gotten a warning yet. He does this every play.
3rd and 9. At the 20.
Wanted to call timeout as soon as the play was over, but he needed to wait until the play was actually over.
Coach, you got to wait till you guys tackle before you can.
Worstel tries to make some.
He's on the field during the play.
Yeah. And it's not just him, his assistant's on the
Yeah.
field. The ball's still alive there. There's 3 coaches on the field to
He
play.
almost gets wiped out by one of the Fitchburg defenders.
Where am I, Lou? Unbelievable.
See there, Westborough taking their first time out of the half.
Maybe the federation rules are different than the NCAA rules on coaches.
Very possible. Very possible.
I still don't think you could have 3 of them on the field when the ball is basically live.
That's up to the side judge on that side to get on his case and say, hey, coach, next time you step over the line, you're getting a flag.
Yeah.
It'll be 3rd and 9 coming up for the Rangers. We saw Luke Lentine pick up one earlier in this drive on a nice throw. Probably wind up doing that again here. Lentine rolling to his right, under pressure. Wants to keep it himself, and he will be pushed out of bounds. He got some yardage, but not nearly what he needed.
There was Lentine on the carry. Good pursuit there by Araujo, finally knocked out of bounds.
Maybe 3 or 4. Of course, it is 4-down territory for the Rangers.
Yeah, even with the wind, I don't think they're going to attempt what would be about a 40-yard field goal. That's an ambitious ask. It'll be 4th and call it 7. 1 minute exactly to play here in the second quarter. Westborough trying to make this a 3-score game. Raiders trying to keep it at 2 with the knowledge that their offense will get the ball to start the third quarter. McCarthy set up directly behind Lentine. They'll fake it to him. Lentine under pressure, throws for the end zone, and it is overthrown, incomplete. Believe he was intending to hit Jackson Cunningham.
It was 10. It was there.
Cunningham had a step on his defender.
Fitchburg gets some pretty good pressure here on Lentine, makes him get rid of the ball before he wants to.
Didn't really get a chance to set his feet.
Yeah.
Pass floated on him a little bit. It was actually intended for Declan Van Nest. So now, Mike, the Raiders, they've got 53 seconds, the ball, and 3 timeouts. I know it's not their forte, but
You don't want to do things silly here and turn the ball over for a touchdown the other way.
that's true. I respect and disagree with your opinion.
This is not, as you mentioned, this is not their forte, is the quick strike offense.
Dropped it.
They try the bubble screen to the right side. It's incomplete, intended for Brian Rivera.
Ball intended for Rivera falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Quick bubble screen and
left in the
hit him
half.
right between the 2 and the 0. Unable to make the grab.
Now with that incomplete pass, theoretically, Westborough could stop the clock twice more, even if the Raiders decide to run it. Good shot there of the QP patch on the back of the Raider helmets in memoriam of Quentin Perkins. Now 2nd down 10 for Fitchburg. Trips receivers to the right again. Graham will roll in that direction. He's under pressure immediately. I think he wanted to toss it back to Okendo. Okendo wasn't there. Graham just goes down.
He just didn't want any part of that ball. The way he was running to the right. There it is. I got it. Walking this way, everything's okay.
Got nowhere.
I'm surrounded. I don't want to go anymore.
I agree with you, John. I'm surprised Westborough isn't taking their timeouts here.
They got him on the ropes.
At least force him to kick it.
Maybe if there was more than a minute, they would have tried it. Raiders do have to run one more play, I think. And they will. Graham will keep it himself, try to make something happen. And he's brought down at about the 40-yard line. Best play of the night for the Raiders, but it is ultimately meaningless. We will head to the locker rooms with the score Westborough 14 and the Raiders nothing. Dave, Westborough has just completely dominated this game.
Yeah, they really have, John. And You know, this is the way it's been the last few weeks for Fitchburg. Low scoring, physical play, and you get the same tonight. So I guess we shouldn't be surprised the way that they played so far in this first half.
We'll take the break with the players. We'll be back for the third quarter of action. It's Fitchburg High School football right here on FATV.
Let Miss Greenlees get them organized out there, and then we'll do some introductions. Love watching the band director direct here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here in the center of the infield area, I would like to introduce our seniors. I'm going to go in the order that I have on the list. Tabitha. Our first senior recognized tonight is Zarkees Climbs. Here with her mom, Audretta Climbs. Next to be recognized, Aiden Due, with parents Riva and Omar Barouette. Next up, AJ Gonzalez, with grandparents Jane and Joseph Eschleman. Next up, Chris King, with his mom Deb King. And our next senior, Ryan Matthew, with parents Mary and Alan Matthew. And our next senior, Riley Peters, with dad Craig Peters and grandparents Charlene and Roby Caldwell. And last but not least, Elise Pierce, with parents Jean and Dennis Pierce. Let's hear it for our seniors on this year's Fitchburg High School Marching Band. special shout out tonight for 2 cheerleaders on the FHS squad, Amaya McCall and Sarah Larkington. Happy birthday, ladies.
Back here at Crocker Field, Westborough leading the Raiders by a score of 14-0 here on FATV. I'm John Gugerty, joined as always by Dave Clark and Mike Flynn. And Mike, before we get into the third quarter action, we have our special football underwriters.
Oh, you didn't tell me I was going to have to do this.
I like springing it on.
Wow. Let me put my goggles on here so I can see this. All right, here we go. IC Credit Union, 300 Bemis Road in Fitchburg. North End Subaru Mazda, 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg. Romano's Market, 138 Harvard Street in Fitchburg. Grand Rental Station, 88 Massachusetts Ave in Lunenburg. And the Neshoba Valley Medical Center, 200 Groton Road in Ayer. Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston. And Fitchburg State University, 160 Pearl Street in Fitchburg.
We'll have a look at the highlights from the first half in just a moment. But we did see, first of all, we had some halftime statistics here for you. Thanks again to Dan Bolak running the graphics for us tonight. You can see there, Mike, the big stat to me, obviously 0 passing yards for Fitchburg, only 15 for Westborough. But the big thing to me is that second line, 156 rushing yards for the Rangers, just 45 for the Patriots. They only have 46 yards of offense on the night.
Well, there's nothing positive you can see on the Fitchburg side except for the line 4, which is amazing.
No penalties. It's a rarity for the Raiders. First one, that's a coin for the swear jar.
Yep.
Yeah, you're paintbrushing me on TV, Sean. You know that, right? Okay. It's fine.
So a first half pretty much dominated by the Westborough Rangers. Fitchburg trails by 14.
One good spot for Fitchburg is they will be getting the ball back to start the third quarter. Dave, what do you think the Raiders need to do with their first possession of this second half?
I'd bring back Michael Sosa. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Yep.
Failing that.
Who is in attendance tonight?
He is here today. Mr. Sosa is here.
Does he have eligibility?
No.
Does he have pads?
No. Can he still run?
Okay.
Probably.
Yes.
Maybe.
Still run.
Possibly.
He can run.
Have you tried giving him a check? I bet we'll see him run then. I know how old guy jokes work. Kickoff bounces and is picked up at the 10-yard line. Good blocking there.
Oh, wow.
Still on his feet. D. Jones is into Ranger territory.
Go.
He's at the 20, 15, 10. He will go untouched. Touchdown, D. Jones, and the Raiders are back within a score. A 90-yard return for D. Jones, bringing Crocker Field to its feet. 14-6 Westborough.
Gee, I don't remember mentioning D. Jones all season. But he made it here, though. Picked it up on the short hop, right up the middle. This is a man miss there. Now it's off to the races. I thought he was going to get caught initially, but no, he turned the Jets on here. The only guy that could tackle him was Latrell Bodie. He escorted him down the near sideline.
Justin Kamasana will attempt the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is through.
Wow.
And if you took a moment to get a drink and you're just getting back, you've missed a touchdown. Let's hear from Mr. Touchdown.
14-7 now the score. As they say, lots of time left.
So, Dave, if the offense can't get it going, take it out of the offense's hands, do it yourself, right?
Well, you know, we were sitting up there and saying, why doesn't he take it? He's got 3 minutes to go here. Well, he's got 3 minutes. Do something. And the first play, here it is, boom, whack. So we'll see if we can capitalize on this.
Well, that was a large dose of momentum.
Absolutely.
Well, that evens up the special teams touchdowns.
Basically was a special teams
Fitchburg
touchdown.
give us, and that time they took it away from Westborough, so those are even.
Kamasana will kick it off. High, short kick, picked up at about the 18-yard line. Souza brings it out to the 35. The Ranger offense will come back out onto the field. And really, guys, aside from their first possession of the game, where Westborough ran the ball right down the Raider throats, they haven't been able to get too much going. Their second score was a 1-yard drive.
Nope, they did get some first downs, but for the most part, Fitchburg was able to contain them after that initial drive.
Glentine, the quarterback, under center, takes hands to Kevin McCarthy, and he is dragged down right at the line of scrimmage. He basically took the ball and was embraced by Jamarco Santiago. Gain of maybe half a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
It'll be 2nd and 10.
McCarthy over 100 yards all by his lonesome in the first half. Did have that big 40-plus yard touchdown run. He's been bottled up since the start of the second quarter. Now on 2nd down, Ashton Worstel to carry. Cuts upfield, got some pretty good yardage, breaks a tackle. He's going to get a first down and more, still on his feet. Finally into Raider territory before he is spun and then thrown to the ground. Flags come out for the late hit.
You know that 0-0 we were talking about a few minutes ago?
I think it's going to be a 115 right now.
Making the tackle and multiple flags.
Oh, we even got the flag box working tonight.
Well, we do have Dan Bolak running graphics. That's
oh, the little, like, waiting to get those wonderful toys. He breaks a few tackles here, and then
late hit on the defense.
We'll take a look here.
15 yards will result in a first down.
Yeah, that was kind of weak.
he had been down out of bounds. He had been out of bounds for a couple of steps, and then he was thrown down.
If you're going to tell me the whistle blew, then I'll agree with you. If the whistle hadn't blown yet, you're not looking at your feet when you're trying to tackle a guy.
It's a fair point.
Penalties and the run.
We've seen a couple of officiating decisions go against the Raiders. There was the muffed punt call. We took a look at that during halftime, and we've come to the agreement that it probably did hit his leg, but we're still not sure. The Raiders were, in my opinion, screwed out of a 3rd down conversion of their own. But now Westborough has it 1st and 10 at the Raider 29-yard line. McCarthy, the ball carrier, plunges forward for about 5.
Robichaud making the stop on McCarthy that
Straight
time.
dive. McCarthy just muscles his way up between the A-gap and
So it's 2nd
gets
and
about
5.
5 on the carry.
Really, Mike, all of the plays from the Rangers from scrimmage have come from this formation. They've got the quarterback under center, 2 men in the backfield lined up next to each other, and then a couple of tight ends and a receiver.
It's basically the old wing T offense that they're running.
This time McCarthy gets a couple. He's got Souza lead blocking for him, run right behind the tackle and the guard on the left-hand side.
That was McCarthy.
3rd down and 3.
Total is 54 coming up to make the play.
Rangers, as you can see, are 2 out of 5 on 3rd down.
3.
This is probably 4-down territory for them. Quarterback keeps it himself. This is going to come down to the spot. I think he's a little bit short.
Robichaud again making a tackle there.
Glentine tried to break it out to the right side. Couldn't really get anything.
Does not get the first down. So
Once again, Dave, the Westborough coaches are
He's out to the numbers, for God's sakes.
So we do have a 1st and 10.
They will move the chains. So it's a 1st down for the Rangers. 1st and 10, Westborough at the Raider 18-yard line. Looking to answer back after Fitchburg returned to the second half kickoff for a touchdown. This is Ashton Worstel, the carrier. He is pushed out of bounds about the 12.
On the left side there. We're only making the tackle. But
Got a first down.
Worstel picks up
It's a few yards
7,
short.
I'd say.
It'll be 2nd and 4.
Close to 7.
Yeah, Fitchburg loses contain on the sweep, but lets Worcester get around the corner.
Yeah, second and long 3 is the call here.
Pretty good pickup on first down.
Ball at the 11-yard line. Call.
Second down and 3 now for the Rangers. Just one man in the backfield. Now Souza comes in motion. McCarthy gets the carry. Dylan Arujo comes out of the pile with the ball, but the officials are going to say that he was down. Take a look at this one again.
Making the stop there.
McCarthy struggling forward.
He's down.
Yeah, he's down before. You can see Arujo on number 8 there ripped the ball out as he was on the turf.
And McCarthy's still got a hand tucked under it, even as Arujo's wrapping his arms around it. Now third down and 3. They call that no gain. Souza in motion again. Fake to him. Lentine rolls left. He's going to take it himself. He's tripped, and he is short of the line to gain. Going to be marked down right at the 10-yard line. Jesus Padilla wanted a couple more yards.
Take inside, bootleg out to the left, and kind of immediately decides he's going to run the ball.
Padilla's saying that you saw right there, Lentine tried to cut to his right. His left knee almost hit the ground. I think he kept it up. He was able to pick up a couple more yards.
Well, they kind of mocked him back. I think he lost a couple of yards.
No, they're going to say he was down where that knee hit. So it's at the 12-yard line. It'll be fourth down and 4. Rangers will go for it, eschewing a 30-yard kick. Souza comes in motion, takes the pitch, running to the right. He is hit short of the 10-yard line, and he is stopped well shy. The Raider defense holds. Fitchburg takes over on downs.
Huge hold by the defense there. Little toss sweep on 4th and 4. Very conservative call, and the Fitchburg defense rallies to the football.
And stumbled his way.
And Sousa really didn't have a chance to get a first down.
We saw on that halftime graphic, Lentine only 15 yards passing on the night. They didn't feel comfortable giving it to him there. So now Montgomery Graham will lead the Raider offense back out. First and 10 for them at about their own 12-yard line. Graham, I believe, is yet to complete a pass here tonight. Quick toss to Okendo. Cuts it upfield into the second level.
Whoa.
He's across the 30. He's across midfield. He's got one man to beat. Tries the stiff arm, but he is finally dropped down. Ashton Worstel with the tackle, but not before Anthony Okendo picks up 47 yards and a Raider first down.
Little toss. Okendo reads the blocking, and now he's off to the races, and it's up to Worstel, and the sevens battle it down the field.
It's first and 10.
Worstel actually did a nice job taking a good angle to get a catcher from behind.
Big play from the Raiders, their first of the night. Now first and 10 for them at the Westborough 40. Okendo gets the toss again.
Jeez.
Cuts it upfield. He's got about 6 before he's brought down. Guys, I think the captain has turned off the no cheering sign here in the press box.
Yeah, I think in those two plays, Fitchburg's got as much offensive yards right now in the second half as they did the entire first half.
Yeah.
At the 34-yard line.
Anthony Okendo, 4 carries, 55 yards on the night. All 55 of those yards have come on this drive. Now second down and 4, Okendo again. This time he's spun down by the first man through. That's Ben Frogel with the tackle. It'll be third down and 4 after a loss of about half a yard.
And we lose a yard or so on the play. It's going to bring up third and a long 5.
Similar play as they ran on the big run on first down on the first play of this drive. At that time was well defended by the Westborough front line.
Fitchburg offense 1 out of 5 third downs tonight. It's time Okendo gets the carry. Running to the right, he's got a couple. Westborough wants the ball, but the side judge is saying he's down. It'll be fourth down.
McCarthy making a tackle. pick up of about 2 or 3 on the play at most. Bring up 4th down.
Fitchburg will keep the offense on the field here with 4th and 3. Take a look at the end of this play. Westborough thought they had caused a fumble on the play. But,
I think he was pretty clearly down before the ball popped out.
you saw the side judge came running in, not signaling a fumble. So
Raiders go shotgun. Split backs, 2 receivers. Anthony Oquendo will keep it himself. He's got the first down. And he is dragged down after a gain of about 4. Nothing fancy there, but it is enough for a first down. Dave, take a look at Montgomery Graham as he heads back to the huddle here. He is limping pretty severely in my estimation.
I think he's been like that most of the football season that they've had on it so far. He seems to shrug him out, or he. That's pretty much the way it's been.
He does have a wrap around his right calf.
Yeah, he looks like he's just that kind of limp.
I think that's the side he's favoring.
I think you're right.
Oquendo the carry on first down, bounces out to the left, tries to cut it upfield, but the Rangers do a good job keeping contained. Let's give Aiden Ronquist credit for the tackle. It's a gain of about 3.
Picks up 3 at 2nd and 7.
So Kendall kind of hesitate there and try to find a hole. Did find a little crease to get up for about 3 on the play.
So much of the Raider offense this year, what little of it there's been, has been giving it to Oquendo and watching him explode. He did earlier on this drive, but the Rangers have kept him contained for the most part. Now 2nd down and 7. Graham will throw to his left. Pass is caught. Donovan DeLeon the catch. He is spun down at about the 20-yard line. Call it maybe the 19. It's a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and a long 1.
The little stop route is okay. DeLeon just runs down, stops, and turns around after about 5 yards. Gets it ahead to about the 19. It'll be 3rd and short for the Red Raiders.
Raiders haven't really thrown the ball downfield at all tonight. I think the longest pass that's traveled has gone maybe 5 yards. Almost wonder if it's worth taking a shot at the end zone here, but I'm thinking out loud. 3rd down and 1. Oquendo takes the pitch, just plunges forward. He is very close to the line to gain. And as we say so often, it will depend on the spot. I think he's short.
Well, we're going to talk about it. Let's look at it again. Take out your T-square.
Let's bring in the sticks for a measurement.
Snap a line. And let's bring the sticks.
All right, Dave, what do you say? Is he short or did he get it?
I can't tell.
Well, yeah, but that's part of the fun.
I don't mind as they come out closer.
Oh, he's waiting. He's waiting for more information.
Where the sticks were lined up, that he got the first down.
Yes. He's got to stretch him.
He's short. Short by about...
Just wasn't confident in that pick.
The Raiders have failed on 4th down tonight from about this distance. They tried a quarterback sneak, and Westborough saw it coming and ate it up.
Well, the whole world, I think, knew they were going to quarterback sneak, and it failed miserably.
Yes, miserably would be the absolute word to that.
Yes. Page 4 of the coach's handbook. Similar situation, going to come out in the stacked eye.
Yes.
Okay. Give it to the big fella. Or not.
They give it to Oquendo instead. He's got the first down. Not much more than that, but at the same time, that's all he needed. Move the chains. It's the first down for the Raiders. So they do, in fact, come out in the 3-man stacked Maryland, whatever you want to call it. It's that big fancy I formation where they have a nose tackle as a fullback. You know,
we could call it the 3 high-low.
High-low, high-low. Yep. Doot-doot.
Top man.
First and 10 Raiders at the 17-yard line as we slip below 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Graham hands to Oquendo. He cuts through. He's got the first down and more, but he's brought down at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Raiders.
A couple times Fitchburg's given the illusion here, at least of a kind of an option as Graham kind of rides Oquendo to the line of scrimmage and then lets him go with the ball.
Haven't seen Graham take off and run with it
Yeah,
tonight.
I haven't seen him pull that ball out and go with it.
Well, he got hurt a little bit earlier, so that might account for that.
The Raiders will stack the eye. Hand to Barisano, the fullback. He plunges forward, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders! Devin Barisano, a 5-yard carry. And Fitchburg is an extra point away from tying this one up.
Well, everybody keying on number 7, and Barisano, the middleman on the stacked eye, has a pretty easy route into the end zone for the Red Raiders, and now an extra point away and tying this baby up.
Running right behind big Liam Spencer. Kamasana's kick is up. It is through. We are tied.
Right. Okay. Now we're talking.
13 minutes, 17 seconds to play in this football game. The score is 14 apiece.
One year we had the words of this song scrolling around on the bottom of the screen.
We threatened to do it. I don't think we did it, actually.
With the bouncing ball.
Bouncing ball.
Singing along with Mitch. Nobody in the truck knows who sing along with Mitch was, by the way.
They gave
Nobody.
it
Absolutely no
talent and effort.
You had to be alive in the 60s to know who sing along with Mitch was.
It's an 11-play, 89-yard drive, as you can see there on the screen. And here we hear from Mr. Touchdown.
There you go, better late than never.
Sousa and McCarthy back deep this time for Westborough. Gonzana again. Kicking off.
Very nearly a disaster for the Raiders on the kickoff return. They are able to bring down Sousa, but not before he gets to about the 45-yard line.
What exactly happened here? It looked like
It's just good blocking by the wedge, Dave.
And then he stops, and then he goes again.
It's kind of a flashback to the last few seasons where Fitchburg has struggled on kickoff coverage.
Nearly had a Westborough touchdown while celebrating the Fitchburg touchdown.
The touchdown hadn't even finished yet. He was running that one back.
1st and 10 Rangers on the 46-yard line. It's a scrum around the 44. It's a loss of a couple for McCarthy. This game is starting to remind me of the Algonquin game, guys. Westborough moved the ball pretty well on their first possession, just running it, nothing fancy. But the Fitchburg defense has, for the most part, figured it out. They haven't been perfect. Westborough got a good chunky yardage on their last drive, but I think the Raiders mostly know what's coming.
Back to play here.
Now 2nd down, 12. Lantine play action, wants to throw it back. Wide open is Ashton Worstel. He's got the first down into Raider territory and is brought down at the 38-yard line.
Now it's the same play they used early in the first half where Worstel dropped the ball, a little wheel route out of the backfield. A little half roll by the quarterback, and he throws it back, and Worstel's wide open on the far sideline. And the turf monster kind of got him there and broke his momentum.
Sets the Rangers up at the 38-yard line. Maybe time for one more play here in the 3rd quarter. Sousa comes in motion. He'll get the carry on the sweep. Cuts up field. He's got a first down. And he's tackled at the 26-yard line as we wrap up the 3rd quarter of action. It's an exciting game, Dave. 14 apiece as we head to the final period.
It is in Fitchburg's comeback. Because in the first half, it wasn't much to see, especially with all the figures you had up there. And in the second half, it's they've come back. And they did it on that very first play. And off to still a long way to go.
12 minutes of football left to be played, but before we do that, we want to thank our football underwriters once again. They include North End Subaru Mazda, found at 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg, IC Federal Credit Union on 300 Bemis Road here in Fitchburg, Grand Rental Station at 88 Mass Ave in Lunenburg, Romano's Market, 138 Harvard Street here in Fitchburg, the Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston, Fitchburg State University at 160 Pearl Street in Fitchburg, and last but not least, the Neshoba Valley Medical Center, 200 Groton Road in Ayr, as opposed to 200 Ayr Road in Groton, which probably doesn't exist. I'm just guessing.
Oh, Google it.
Yeah.
It's a nice shot there of the lighted steeple from the Upper Common.
Gone? Still gone?
Still on.
How do you like that? Beautiful.
A lovely green glow.
Yeah, we explained earlier today that there is a meaning of green on the staple. I keep the life of me.
I'm not buying a Halloween one because there's no green in Halloween. Unless you're Herman Munster.
Fourth quarter underway. Kevin McCarthy gets the carry, and he picks up a first down for the Rangers. And I did Google it. There is not a 200 Air Road in Groton, but there is a 200 Air Road in Harvard, home of Brass Ring Spirit Brands LLC. And if you or anyone you know is a representative of Brass Ring Spirit Brands LLC and would like to underwrite football games here on FATV, give us a call, 978-343-0834, I think. I hope that's right.
Send your check directly to John Gogarty. Touchdown.
Kevin McCarthy walks in untouched for his second touchdown of the night. Just like that, Westborough has taken the lead back.
Big hole.
That was like the parting of the Red Seas right there. He just straight up the middle untouched.
Ranger offensive line did all the work there. All McCarthy had to do was take the ball and run straight. It's pretty fun when you can do that. Right? Somebody gives you the ball, you run straight, and then everybody says, hey, you did a great job. We won. We scored points.
I thought this was a contact sport.
Let's see what this is here, the extra point.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through. Kickers 5 for 5 on extra points on the evening. And Westborough has quickly regained the lead. Just like that, Fitchburg had all the momentum, and now they're trailing again.
That they did.
Very impressive. They came back with the kickoff return set that drive up at the 46-yard line, and quickly Westborough went right down the field in 54 yards in 5 plays.
Yep.
To regain the lead.
Took them less than 2 minutes to do it. I said at the start of the drive that it looked like the Raider defense had the Rangers figured out, and, well, maybe not. Guess I was wrong.
Little wake-up toss there to start the second half.
Now we'll see the Raider kickoff return unit again. D. Jones, Latrell Bodie.
Still 11 minutes to play.
Oh, it's absolutely not over by any means. Just a bit of the air has gone out of the crowd here at Crocker Field. Rangers are finally ready to kick this one over. And they do, taken on the fly at about the 10-yard line. This is D. Jones again. He ducks out of one tackle but can't avoid another. Philip Crane with the tackle, making his brothers Niles and Frazier very proud.
Wow. One of the local referee officials doing this game today is P.J. Roy. Doing a lot of games.
In a very conservative officiating crew. I think there have been, what,
especially the first half.
4 flags, if that.
Yeah. That's, we were told in the pregame this may be a flag fest, but so far, very clean game.
Montgomery Graham, the junior, will lead the offense back out. 1st and 10 at the 32. He's got an I formation behind him. Anthony Oquendo, the tailback, will get the carry. Tries to bounce it out to the right. He does so. It's across the 40, spinning forward, and is brought down at about the 44, but that's enough for a Fitchburg first down.
Not easy to hollow down one of those guys.
Oquendo also looking for a face mask here at the end of his run. We'll take a look, see if he had a case. And he,
right there,
absolutely did.
He did?
Oh, yes.
Saw that pretty clearly. I think it might
Apparently
have
the only guy who didn't see it was the guy in stripes on the sidelines here.
Well, he's the guy with the flag, so he's important. Fake the pitch. Graham will keep it himself. He dives forward for about 5 yards. Kevin McCarthy making the tackle.
Fake the toss. McCarthy keeps right up the middle to midfield.
Ball spotted right at midfield. Raiders need to get to the 45 of Westborough for a fresh set. What in God's name is that? Oh, it's a bodysuit. Okay. I understand. This time Oquendo does take the pitch. And he only gains about a yard with it. It's a very interesting pitch design, Mike. Usually when you're running the toss, you're doing more of a sweep, trying to go far to the outside, the left side on that play. This is more like a pitch off tackle.
Pretty much a long handoff, actually. Just giving Oquendo a couple extra seconds to take a look, see where the hole might be.
I guess the theory there would be get the ball into Oquendo's hands as quickly as possible.
It's any way you can.
Okay.
They're down, not kind to the Raiders tonight. 1 for 7.
They need 4 here. They have Oquendo and Barasano in the backfield. Graham wants to throw to his right. He will. Donovan DeLeon the catch. It's a first down. Across the 40, mark him out at the 39-yard line. It's not fancy, but it, by gum, is effective.
They can do that all night if they want to, if they're going to cover like that. Give them an 8-9 yard cushion.
First and 10, Fitchburg at the Westborough 39-yard line. You can see there, top of your screen, 9 minutes and counting to play in the 4th quarter. Fitchburg trails by a touchdown. Play action fake. Graham throws incomplete. He was trying to hit Brian Rivera.
Dangerous pass.
You usually see one of the shorter guys on the field running that crossing route in between the trees. But, tried to force the ball in there, throwing a little bit high. Rivera here on the quick slant. That ball's thrown way ahead of him and way high.
Rivera was looking at Ashton Worstel even before the ball got to him. They've tried to legislate that out, but you can still hit a guy pretty hard if he's got the ball. I'm sure that ran through Rivera's mind. Now second down 10. No, get over there, Devin. Jeez. Anthony Oquendo gets the carry. He is met by a, okay, what's bigger than a host? A swarm?
Sure.
Okay, a swarm of Rangers. A posse of Rangers.
Herd.
A party of Rangers. A party of Rangers would actually be a pretty good party because, you know, some of them can cure and they're all ranged attackers. D&D jokes? Anyone?
No.
No? Fine. Jared Roberts got it. Granted, Jared doesn't have a microphone, so he can't laugh at me, but somebody out there got it.
Whatever it was, it didn't work.
It did not.
A gain of 1.
Third down and 9 coming up for Fitchburg. Graham will throw to the right, intended for Bodie, but it was a little too high. He had Cam Erickson bearing down on him.
A little too high.
Yeah, again, he had plenty of cushion, but this time the ball delivered way too high. Fitchburg's going to elect to play field position here. A little bit of surprise with under 8 minutes to go.
It's 4th and 9. Your offense hasn't exactly proved that they can pick that up with any kind of regularity.
It's a fake.
And they're going to fake it.
Wow, well, perfect.
Barisano, one of the up men. He is very close. I think he's got it.
Perfect.
He did a great job of kind of body surfing his way. It looked like he was going to go down, but he kept his knee off the ground. And Fitchburg on one of those plays, you know, the Westborough coaching staff must have been screaming, watch the fake. Direct snap to Barisano.
Nice.
Now watch toward the end here. He kind of looks like he's going to go down right here, but does a great job of keeping his feet up and reaching forward before the knees hit for the first down.
Right there, as his left knee was about at the 30-yard line, he reached forward and grabbed at the field with his left hand and used that to pull himself forward, and that was enough to get the first down. Now the Raiders come out in the stacked I formation. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Handoff, no, flea flicker. Graham will throw to the end zone, double covered and intercepted. Picked off by Cam Erickson. Now Erickson on the return. Actually, my apologies. Heading up the far sideline, and he will be brought down at midfield. Wow. Cam Erickson with a huge interception.
Erickson on the pick.
Fitchburg went for the dagger, couldn't find it. They may have stabbed themselves.
Out to the 49-yard line of Fitchburg.
You gotta love the two calls back to back.
Well, they set up the play really well, but the ball was woefully underthrown.
Yeah.
And had not the interception occurred, they might have got a pass interference call because the defender for Westborough was not even looking at the ball, and he ran into the wide receiver. And
Kevin McCarthy gets the carry.
Graham might have saved a touchdown there for the Red Raiders with a great open field tackle.
I'm with you though, Dave. I love the play call, but unfortunately for Fitchburg, it was underthrown. Now I believe that's Dylan Arujo down, holding his left leg.
Still have some time here.
6:48 to play in the 4th quarter. Raiders trail this one 21-14.
Take a look here, see if we can see Arujo on this play.
I'm actually not sure if it's Arujo. Maybe Sam Robichaux. See there, top of your screen, the Fitchburg State Falcons leading Worcester State 14-6 at halftime. We'll have Falcon football for you next Saturday here on FATV. That'll be senior day from Elliott Field. Also, we don't want to promise anything, but there's a better than decent chance that we'll be back here next Friday night for a potential Raider playoff game at Crocker Field. And while we have a stoppage in play here, we also want to thank our crew. Our director tonight is Darren Dane. Travis Falk running audio for us tonight. Dan Bolak, of course, handling graphics, doing a fantastic job. Dave Oster on our replay technician role tonight. And our camera operators, Jared Roberts, Nicole Gaffney, and Matt Murdocca. Thanks as always to them for doing the typically excellent job that you've come to expect from the FATV group.
Yes, we have. That is the way it's to be done, and we'll get to that in a moment.
Souza got the carry. Looked for a second like he was going to break it out big, but he only picked up about 4 yards.
What did he throw up in the air? Did he throw a flag? I didn't see that it was yellow.
There is no flag on the field.
Keep it going.
That play took a long time to develop. It's another nice open field tackle here by the Fitchburg defense.
Oh, I guess.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Rangers. They need to get to the 39-yard line.
Where were they on that play?
Right now they're at the 45. Worstel comes in motion, but it's McCarthy who gets the carry, and it's McCarthy who gets the first down. He needed the 39, he got the 39.
That's been that bread and butter play they've worked on all the, but the motion man going wide and then handing the ball to McCarthy back up the middle has been very successful all evening.
They're actually going to stop the clock and
They're going to measure.
bring in a measurement. I thought it was pretty clear that he had gotten the first down, but
I tried that a half an hour ago. You'd be all set.
all right, Dave, are you going to make a call on this one? Did he get it?
Yep.
Yeah, he looks like he's all right there. No, look at it. He's right on the line. Did I cheat?
You didn't cheat. You just waited.
I cheated.
It is, in fact, enough for a first down.
Clock now starts to become a factor for the Red Raiders.
First and 10 Rangers at the Fitchburg 39-yard line. 5:15 to play. As Lentine takes the snap, hands to Souza on the sweep, running right. A flag comes down in the backfield.
You would think that would be a hold.
It's in the typical area. Thrown by the referee.
We had holding, offense, number 7.
Okay.
10 yards from the spot. Replay first down.
Ashton Worstel guilty of the hold.
And the hold is about 6 yards in the backfield. So with the Federation rules, this one gets marked off from where the flag is.
Saw right there, Worstel grabbed the jersey of Jesus Padilla and pulled. From the spot of the foul, it's 10 yards. Considering that that was deep in the backfield and it negates a 4-yard run, it's roughly a 23-yard penalty? Something like that?
It's about first and 26, it looks like.
Okay, so it's a 30-yard penalty, 20-yard penalty. First down. This is Worstel, the ball carrier. Picked up about 4. It'll be second down and 23.
Think he's going to go for another field goal? He's got a cute field goal. I don't know. Just the way the clock is going down.
Put some helium in it.
The wind has died down, but it would be a, what's that, Mike? A 69-yard field goal from where they are right now?
Yeah.
He's still got, you keep on laughing while
You put some of that helium in it that was in that balloon and floated away.
This guy's going to come and do it down in about 20 years. 20 years.
Second down, 23. Play fake. Lentine rolling to his right. Plenty of time. Throws high and incomplete. Looked for a second like Anthony Okendo was going to get his hands on that one. Haven't seen much of Okendo on defense, Mike.
No.
But he is playing the DB spot there.
I'm a little surprised they tried to throw the ball there. They can run a lot of time off the clock here with 2 running plays. But they elect to go deep over the middle. Ball's going to sail. It's a good thing it was thrown high because Okendo was right there. He'd have picked it off.
And if that ball's picked up, all of a sudden the ball is in Anthony Okendo's hands in open space, which is pretty much exactly what the Raiders want.
Now it's 3rd and 23, and Westborough stops the clock with that incomplete pass.
I think it's 3rd and Westborough. Handoff straight up the middle for Souza. It's a big gain for him. About 10, 11 yards. Unfortunately, he needed 22, 23 yards. It'll bring up 4th down.
Fake inside to McCarthy. They come back with the slant to Souza. He runs through a couple of tackles where he knocked down at the Fitchburg 41, but as you mentioned, still way short of a first down.
A little surprised the Raiders didn't take a timeout there. Gives Westborough the opportunity to burn a bunch more time. They'll kick it with 3:20 left. Bounces at the 10.
Well, we didn't learn anything from the first time, did we? Jeez.
And it's dead inside the 10-yard line. Brian Rivera standing right on top of it.
The Red Raiders will take over with 3:14 to play.
Well, they're going to make them go almost the full length of the field here in 3:14 and 3 timeouts.
Minutes, 14 seconds to play in this one. Fitchburg needs to go 93 yards. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 7. Graham from the shotgun. Okendo to his left will get the carry on first down. Lunges forward across the 10 and is brought down at the 13 for a gain of 6. It's a good run, but they need a little bit more than that. They need to do it a little more quickly than they're doing.
It's a good 6 yards, but it's going to cost them good 30 seconds off the clock.
30 seconds and counting. Second down 4. Graham, quick pass to the far side is complete. Brian Rivera has got the first down. He's out to the 20. They'll stop the clock for just a moment and move the chains for a Fitchburg first down.
Little quick pass to Rivera, who gets the first down. But
saw the Raiders try that bubble screen earlier in the first half. Didn't work. That time they picked up 4 or 5 yards and a first down. 2:22 to go. Graham will throw on first down to the left side, complete. Donovan DeLeon the catch, and he steps out of bounds after a gain of 4.
Well, they've run that same pass pattern 5 or 6 times tonight. You would think on one of these, you might get a pump and go.
Yeah.
As you kind of suck that defensive back up a little bit closer and pump it and send that receiver deep down the sideline.
The Raiders have tried one deep ball all night. It was on their last drive and it was picked off. Do they trust Montgomery Graham to throw it again? Second down 6. Short pass near side is caught by Latrell Bodie. He's across the 30, spun down inbounds at the 36-yard line. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, but for only a moment. 2:07 to play. The Raiders are on the march, but it is a slow march.
He laughed at me when I said these guys are marching down and they're using the football. That's how they're going to get these 3 points here.
Graham, quick pass to the near side is complete to Bodie. It's a gain of about 5. Band plays the final countdown as we slip beneath 2 minutes to play. 113 seconds left in this one. Fitchburg trailing Westborough 21-14.
You should have been on Name That Tune.
Trying to think, can you give a hint on that show?
Name That Tune? What hint would you want to? I can name that tune in 4 minutes.
Second down handoff goes to Anthony Okendo. He gets a couple. Not even a first down. And Fitchburg will take their first time out of the second half with 1:42 to play as we approach third down. And we're trying to run behind Liam Spencer. Spencer actually slipped a little bit, couldn't set his feet and get the best block.
Battle of the bands.
That's nice to have a couple of bands here.
We can only hear the Fitchburg band, so the Fitchburg band is winning.
Somebody could open up
You can open up the window.
and modulate.
Why would we do that? It's cold out there.
4 years of learning experience from yours truly. Yeah, turn it off.
Third down and 2 for Fitchburg. 1:42 to play in this one. Raiders will go shotgun. Okendo is to the left of Graham. He wants to throw. Looking to his right, throwing long. He's got Bodie wide open. It is caught. Latrell Bodie. Touchdown Raiders! We asked Mike if they had the confidence in Montgomery Graham to throw the deep ball. I think we have an answer.
Well, that's amazing to me that Bodie got behind both defensive backs. And that ball was laid out there beautifully as Bodie just had to run right underneath it for the touchdown.
A 58-yard touchdown pass. Mike, that's the best ball we've ever seen Montgomery Graham throw, right?
Yeah, his best pass of the year right there. Fitchburg, no hesitation, going to kick the extra point.
Justin Kamasana to attempt the kick. Snap is down, the kick is up. It is good. We are tied. 1:31 to play, 21 aside.
Touchdown tried to lead, but they got him back, and here he is back.
How about hitting a long field goal for a touchdown?
now your field goal story might come into play here. That was a beautiful pass. Nice touch. That's a complete defensive breakdown in that situation.
We've been calling for it all night. In some ways, we've been calling for it all year. Defenses have been playing up against Montgomery Graham all season long. He finally burns them there. Latrell Bodie goes untouched on the streak, beats 2 men, gets into the end zone, and now Westborough is going to get the ball back, presumably, you know, putting aside the possibility of some trickery.
I watched that, but, you know, I mean, we've seen them have a couple of nice carries with them during tonight. So I got to watch out for the start the one going here on the right note.
Kamasana's kick is a little short, taken in at the 15 by Ashton Worstel. He goes straight up the middle and he breaks some tackles. He's across the 40 and brought down at the 42-yard line. Hearts in throats at Crocker Field.
All of a sudden.
But Westborough's got it at their own 42-yard line. And guys, they have a minute 24 and 3 timeouts. We're not necessarily going overtime here.
No, not at all.
Second kickoff return in a row that they came right up the middle. Give them good field position.
Wind has pretty much died. Flag on the far sideline, hanging limply. First down. Carry goes initially up the middle and finally dragged to the near sideline. Kevin McCarthy picks up about 5. Giovanni Maroney with the tackle, and the officials stop the clock for a Westborough timeout.
I think he got out of bounds. I don't think they called timeout.
I didn't see one. I didn't signal a signal.
No, you're right. No timeout
I
calls.
was looking for the side judge to see if he stopped the clock. It looked at me, he was clearly out of bounds.
Second down 5 for the Rangers at their own 46. This is Souza the carry, and he is brought down at the line of scrimmage. Now Westborough will call timeout. 1:04 to play. That's the first of the half for the Rangers. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining.
Souza on the jet sweep, and Padilla comes up, making a nice tackle. No gain on the play.
Third down and 5. Westborough's had a little bit of success throwing, but it's not like they've been chucking it down the field much either.
They have used that throwback wheel route a couple of times that was wide open both times. One dropped and the other one a big first down.
See the Raider coach's staff, now the players rallying the crowd here at Crocker Field. Make some noise for your defense. Third down and 6 for the Rangers. Souza goes in motion. Handoff goes to McCarthy straight up the middle, and he is hit by a host of Fitchburg defenders.
See if the Red Raiders take a timeout here.
They'll stop the clock. Timeout Fitchburg, 55 seconds left to play.
Tell you people.
Hey, maybe you're right, Dave.
That was a ultra-conservative call there on 3rd and 5.
.55 seconds left. Fitchburg has 1 timeout. They're about to get the ball. Justin Kamasana's got a good leg.
So if they punt and I'm Fitchburg, I'm bringing my returner way up because this guy has not kicked the ball well at all tonight. He's been very short with his kicks.
And if it bounces, you're telling them to get the heck away from it.
Run out of bounds.
If the ball touches the turf, you sprint as far away from it as you possibly can.
Well, I want my returner up close enough that he can catch this ball on the fly.
Fitchburg has won 1 game this season on a punt return touchdown. They want to do it again.
This is what you did. You want to dare the punter to kick it over your head.
Brian Rivera will set up at about his own 23-yard line, waiting for the kick. Now he comes up to the 26. Kick is away. Rivera backs up, and now he'll let it bounce.
Get away. Get away.
I don't understand what he's doing back there.
That's, yeah.
I don't know.
Once it bounces, unless you're going to pick it up and run with it, what are you doing anywhere near it?
Hey, why aren't you catching that on the fly? And B, you run away from the ball, then as it's bouncing around, you run toward it.
It's already burned him once tonight.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. 45 seconds to go through 2 timeouts.
I think that's a mistake. I think the Raiders only have one, because they took one on their last drive, and they took one on this last drive for Westborough. I'm pretty confident the Raiders only have one timeout.
We'll see if we are going to see if he gives the choo-choo Charlie sign for no timeouts left.
Fitchburg does have 45 seconds. Graham throws to the far side. Complete. Donovan De Leon gets out of bounds after a gain of 7.
Saw this pass completed 3 or 4 times on that drive that set up the touchdown.
Second down and 3 for Fitchburg. They're at about their own 27. They need to get to, got to think, at least the 15 before you start thinking about a field goal, right?
Well, last week's winner was 36, so.
So 36 would be maybe the 19, the 20.
Yeah, I would say the 20 would be the.
Certainly manageable.
But that is 53 yards
still a long
away.
way to go. Need a big play in here somewhere.
Well, Anthony Okendo is the big play man. He's got a first down. He doesn't have more than that.
Yeah, that'll force you to burn your last timeout or burn a timeout.
Timeout Fitchburg with 34 seconds to play.
All right, so do you know these rules? Getting the big bucks for? You got three shots going in.
The overtime rules?
Yeah.
4 downs from the 10.
So each team would get the ball at the opposing 10-yard line.
Yep.
Okay.
First and goal.
First and goal.
That's it.
And you go back and forth until somebody has more points than
Correct.
somebody else?
Yep, there's no tie. So we keep going until somebody wins.
So it's basically college overtime, but they start at the 10 instead of the 25. Makes sense to me. I don't like it, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But
why the 10? Come on. Do it at the 20.
F troops on, that'll be.
I guess it's high school, and
Tape it,
some teams can't even make a
well,
27-yard
at least now they
field goal.
play to a winner. They used to be 1 try from each side, and then it was a tie.
That is sillier than this. But, of course, that is 34 seconds of football away. And if Fitchburg has anything to say about it, we won't see it.
Well, your quarterback is in there, and he's still limping around a lot. Graham.
Westborough in your big-time prevent defense here.
And 4 defenders 25 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Graham under pressure. Tries to dump it off. He's got Barasano. Barasano sprinting for the sidelines, and he'll dive out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. 26 seconds to go. Fitchburg still 35 yards, give or take, from reasonable field goal range.
That timeout is huge if they still have one left.
That is the question.
If they have one lock.
If they have one left, they can do a lot of things. If not, they've got to kind of work to the sidelines here.
By my count, they're out. By the scoreboard, they have 1. Stop route to the near side. Latrell Bodie's got it.
If they want to give you that, keep throwing it, because you can get 10 yards at a time, and you got plenty of time left.
Latrell Bodie's out of bounds at the Westborough 45 with 22 seconds left.
22 seconds, and you need about 25 more yards to have a reasonable shot at a field goal.
Shotgun, 3 receivers, 2 backs. Graham wants to throw to his right, now under
he
pressure,
missed.
wants to get rid of it. He's got to get out of bounds. He's across the line of scrimmage. He's brought down inbounds with 15 seconds left. And Fitchburg is certainly behaving like a team that has no timeouts.
Gotta get up and spike it. Taking too long.
Sprinting to the line here, trying to get the ball down for one last play. And they do. We had a whistle before the snap even.
Well, the officials took an awful long time to get that ball spotted.
So now they gave the ready for play just to let the Raiders spike it.
The umpire wouldn't put the ball on the ground. He was just standing there holding it. You got to put the ball down in that situation.
Well, there's no real difference between 2.5 seconds, 1.5 seconds.
I'm talking about when they went to spike it originally.
Yep.
The umpire was holding the ball above the ground. He wouldn't put it down.
So the down is irrelevant. There is time for one play before overtime. Fitchburg needs 41 yards for a touchdown. Westborough needs to stop them and not commit any fouls.
No, even a defensive pass interference is only 15 yards, so.
Would give the Raiders another shot.
We'll give them another shot. You'll need a miracle here to keep this one from going to overtime.
Graham back to pass, under pressure, under a lot of pressure. I don't think he's even going to get this one off. He's going to try to keep it himself, make something happen, and he is speared down at about the 25-yard line. So we'll go to overtime with the score 21-21. Great pass rush by Westborough on this final play, forcing Graham to take it himself out of the pocket. And then he couldn't make it happen. The open field tackle there. Dave, this has been a heck of a football game, and it's not over yet.
Yep, it's the way it's been in these games against Westborough, going back a long time.
Been a while since we've done an overtime game.
I was going to say, when's the last time?
I don't think I've done one here.
I believe the last overtime game we did was the Leominster beat Fitchburg on Thanksgiving in a double overtime game, like 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And then a couple years before that, Fitchburg beat Leominster in overtime.
I remember that.
On the sweep around the right-hand side. After Leominster kicked the field goal and kind of just bobbled over the crossbar to take the lead.
And a very enthusiastic Ray Cosenza. Big game for Fitchburg at that time.
Mike, would you like to learn a little bit of something about contract law?
Sure.
We have to do these reads at the end of every single quarter, and that includes the fourth. We want to thank our special football underwriters who make every football telecast possible here on FATV. They include IC Federal Credit Union on 300 Bemis Road in Fitchburg, North End Subaru Mazda, 757 Chase Road, Lunenburg, Romano's Market, 138 Harvard Street here in Fitchburg, Grand Rental Station, 88 Mass Ave in Lunenburg, the Neshoba Valley Medical Center on 200 Groton Road in Air, Red Apple Farm, 455 Highland Ave in Phillipston, and of course Fitchburg State University, my alma mater, headquartered 160 Pearl Street in Fitchburg.
I think you could say that about all of us.
Most of us. Your alma mater?
Oh, yes.
Dave, your alma mater?
I don't admit to it, no. But that's
Sean Sweeney, your alma mater?
the story is not good.
Fitchburg State University? No. Yeah. Okay, so he didn't go.
Yeah, we both don't admit to it.
What are the strategies?
Yes, we do have.
Oh, yeah,
we both have our.
Makes me want to throw up.
I have a diploma somewhere from Fitchburg State. I'm using it right now.
So the winner of the coin toss has the option whether they go first or second.
I think you would want to go second, wouldn't you? Fitchburg choice.
I would like to know what I need to do.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like, if the other team doesn't score, then you know, okay, I get a field goal. And honestly, if the other team doesn't score for Fitchburg, you can just kind of shrug and send out Cabasado first down, don't you?
And Westborough's going to elect to play down to our left.
So, should it come up again, they would be playing into the wind.
What little is left?
Oh, there's none right now.
Yeah.
There was earlier.
The cheering section now is moving over
Yep.
to that.
All the Fitchburg,
Fitchburg
student
people
body
over
who is here is now moving from way down to our right all the way down to the left.
And of course, in the classic curse of the television crew, our camera crew is way the heck down on the right side.
I think they should have pointed that out in the meeting at the field.
Yeah.
You have to play down the other end. That's where the camera is.
Exactly.
Or our camera guys could sprint down the other end.
Believe me, some of those people are.
You want us to just set our tripod up at about the 45-yard line and hope nothing happens?
Well, don't worry. He was not going to fumble it and then we return it right at you.
No, nonsense. Absolutely not. All right, so Westborough is going to have it first. First and goal at the 10-yard line. There's Matt Murdoka all the way on the right-hand side of the field. Hi, Matt. And then way the heck down there, there's football happening. First and goal, Rangers. McCarthy the carry, running to the right, and he's brought down at the 6. It is very simple here, folks. Each team is going to get the ball at the 10-yard line with a chance to score. If after each team has had a possession, they are still tied, we'll do it again. And if they're still tied, we'll do it again. And if they're still tied, we'll do it again. And if it's dawn and they're still tied, we'll do it again. And if it's December and they're still tied, we'll do it again. Now second down and goal, McCarthy running to the right. And he's swallowed up at about the 4.
Now college changed their rules. Once they got to, I believe, the 5th overtime, it's just matching 2-point conversions. I don't know about the Federation overtime.
Well, that's silly.
And I'm going to guess that we're not going to get to the 5th overtime.
Well, we have to. I just told people what happens if we get to December. That's more than 5 overtimes. Third down goal for the Westborough Rangers. They give it to McCarthy again, and he is swallowed up again. McCarthy has been their man here in the overtime. 3 times, he's netted 7 yards.
I think this is the field goal unit coming on.
The Rangers are not gonna go for it. I don't believe we've seen the extra point unit, and this is basically an extra point.
Yeah, he's looked pretty sharp. Of course, the extra point comes from the middle of the field. This is on the far hash, and the hash marks this year are wider than they have been in the past.
Cam Erickson attempting what is officially a 20-yard field goal after this timeout called by the Raiders.
All right, so I'm going to guess that Coach DiGiovanni's going to say, okay, we've jumped offside in previous games on field goal and extra point times a million times. Don't jump offside.
I mean, there's barely any penalty for it.
The odds of blocking this ball from the wing position is almost nil, unless it's a bad snap.
This is true.
Basically, let them kick it.
Well, if they're not going for it on 4th and goal from the 3, would they go for it on 4th and goal from just inside the 2?
Well,
what about just inside the 1?
Let them kick it.
Westborough about to attempt a field goal that would put them up by 3 on their possession of the first overtime.
Oh, now the kicker's coming off, I believe.
They may have thought better of it, or perhaps differently. One can't say better. They've run it straight up the middle 3 times, gotten only 7 yards. At that average, they wouldn't get it here, but you know how averages work. Rangers are sending the offense back out. McCarthy and Souza in the backfield behind Luke Lentine. Hard count and the Raiders jump.
They do it every time. Every time they run a hard count.
You called it, Mike.
Offside, defense, half the distance to the goal, still 4th down.
Jeez.
Now, it's only a yard and a half,
but that's a lot. When
it is.
4th and goal from the 3 is a lot different than 4th and goal from the 1.5.
You're not wrong. Westborough offense back out on the field. A very important 54 inches separating them from the end zone. 4th and goal. Keeper Lentine dives forward, he's in. Touchdown, Rangers. It's a big jump, Mike.
Oh, that play would have worked, I think, from the 3. That was well blocked and well run. Fake the dive inside, because McCarthy's been lethal up there for them all tonight, and Lentine keeps it around the end for the touchdown. And if I see correctly, they're going for the deuce. Or maybe they have to go for the deuce.
I don't know. But go for it they will. And they run the same play. Lentine dives forward. He is short. Officials indicate no conversion.
They're going to say his knee was down and then he reached across the goal line.
Lentine can't believe it. Take a look at it again.
Same play. Fake the belly. Lentine juggled the ball a bit. And yes, he was down before he reached across the goal line. So Fitchburg with a either touchdown, and I believe they have to go for 2.
You see it there. If they score a touchdown, they tie it, but then they would need to convert to win.
They don't have any timeouts. I don't know what he's doing.
They took 1 before the field goal attempt, and that's the only one they get. Raiders are short on personnel. We saw that a few times earlier tonight. Peter Rivera hustling up to the line. They do get this one off. From the stacked eye, Devin Barasano on 1st down. Plunges forward, gains about 3. Fitchburg needs a touchdown, and then we'll have to convert to win. If they get a touchdown and don't convert, we keep playing. Anything else, and Westborough wins. 2nd down goal from the 6-yard line. Fitchburg comes out in the stacked eye formation. 3 backs and 2 tight ends. Anthony Okendo running to the left. He's at the 5. He is
in. Touchdown.
Yes, indeed. Touchdown, Raiders. Anthony Okendo from 7 yards out has tied the game. And now Fitchburg has a chance to win it.
Okendo over the left side. 1 guy to beat. Stretches forward, hits the pylon. Trying to get some clarification where they have to go for 2 now.
I mean, if
they have to go for 2 because they got Commissaro who's been kind of like automatic.
We're hearing from the truck that they do, in fact, have to go for 2. I got to believe that is Dan Bolak providing that information to us. Dan Bolak, you guys have heard me sing his praises forever and a day, but I'll do it again here. The man knows every rule of every sport. About 3 times a season it becomes useful, and this is one of the 3. So Fitchburg does have to go for this 2-point conversion. If they get it, they win. If they don't, we go to a 2nd OT. I gotta think you toss it to Okendo and let him make something happen, don't you?
I put it in his hands. If you're not gonna throw the ball, I'm gonna give it to 7.
He's the tailback in the Maryland eye. Play fake. Graham wants to throw.
The man wide open.
He's got Barasano. He makes the catch. The game is over. The Raiders win.
He wasn't the guy wide open. There was a receiver under the goalpost with nobody around him.
Montgomery Graham finds Devin Barasano on the 2-point conversion to give the Raiders a 29-27 victory. Look at it again, Mike.
I don't know if we can see underneath the goalpost, but we're going to see the catch here. He's got a little right next to the pylon. Barasano cuts it in.
Yep.
And it looks like, boys, we'll be back next week right here.
He had Darnell Thomas under the goalpost. Thomas was a little upset he didn't get the ball, but I think he's happy with the result. Devin Barasano, the catch, you see him right there, gives the Raiders a 29-27 win in overtime. And in all likelihood, we won't know for sure. They're going to tell us on Sunday. In all likelihood, folks, we'll be back here next Friday.
They'll be here. I guarantee you.
Well, there you hear.
I guarantee it. They should be the #1 seed. At worst, they're the 2. The Neshoba can't catch them now that they won.
Just a fantastic game. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from it here.
And there were a lot of them.
This was the first score of the game. Kevin McCarthy with that big touchdown run. This was a huge swing in momentum late in the first half. This was a problem for the Raiders all night. This time it does hit Brian Rivera's foot. We'll take a look at it again right here. Right there, it just glances off the inside of his right calf. Westborough picked it up, and from there it was academic. The 1-yard touchdown run put them up 14-0, and that's where they went into halftime at. But then they
here's the major swing.
Right here, the first play of the third quarter, the kickoff returned by D. Jones, 90 yards for the touchdown. That made it 14-7. Then Fitchburg would march downfield. Devin Barasano with the touchdown run from 5 yards out. Extra point tied it up. Westborough answered immediately. Took a 21-14 lead. And then late in the fourth quarter, you see there 1:35 to play. This deep pass, Montgomery Graham to Latrell Bodie. That tied it up, sent it to overtime. Westborough scored, couldn't convert. Fitchburg answers here with Anthony Okendo, and then the 2-point conversion. We said they were going to give it to 7. Everyone in the building thought they were going to give it to 7, so they faked giving it to 7. Threw instead. Devin Barasano the catch, and that's all she wrote. 29-27. The Raiders walk away with a fantastic victory.
Well, you heard Mike mention we may be here again next week.
Mike said we will be here.
They will be playing here next Friday.
7 o'clock.
How dare I?
I did the math.
It'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff here at Crocker Field next Friday, November the 8th.
TBA, whoever they're going to
play. We don't know who they're going to play, but they're going to play somebody, and that somebody's going to be good, and it's going to be a good football game, and hopefully they're going to win.
Okay.
Okay.
All of our business done. Can I mention one thing?
Absolutely. Go for it.
The final score.
Final score for the final time? Do it.
Everything taken care of?
Do it.
You're good.
Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sports fans, the final score from beautiful Crocker Field today is Fitchburg High School 29 and Westborough 27. Have a great week, everybody.